Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. Listen, we know there are people in the entertainment industry now who are obsessed with gender politics, and really the narrative has become political rather about creativity and entertainment. Look at that behind me. Now, in the first trailer for Captain Marvel, it comes up, discover what it takes to become a hero. But instead of the word hero coming up all at once, it starts off with her. Look, I've freeze-framed it. This is not how you sell a movie. It's not. It's bad enough we have this negative, toxic narrative towards this film because the star of the film keeps on making very, very highly racial, political statements, talking about white male critics not caring about what white male critics say. Really? You know you need them to say your film's good, right? Or do you know they're going to say it's good even if it's not good, right? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because I've seen a test screening of Captain Marvel and I told you at the time it's an okay, solid, passable film. The best thing about this film is Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and his origin story. But I do want to do another video about that. How I believe that Nick Fury's origin story should have been in his own movie. Now, Nick Fury isn't a superhero, but Samuel L. Jackson is a superhero to so many fans out there. His origin story in an origin movie about Nick Fury would have been very interesting. Samuel L. Jackson would have sold it. It would have been brilliant. So why do it in this film? Well, to do it in this film, basically, it's because they're not confident people are going to go and watch this character in the volume that people normally do an MCU movie. So as usual, when they're not confident, as they weren't confident in Tom Holland as Spider-Man in Spider-Man Homecoming, they put other people in it from the MCU, universe. And they've done this here. We've got Coulson and we've got Nick Fury. Now, of course, I can't talk about the film, even though I've seen it. But as I say, it's a solid, passable film. Now, doing strokes like this, trailers are adverts, they're marketing. That's what they are. As cool and as awesome as it is to get to see, footage from the films before they're released, at the end of the day, the whole idea of a trailer is marketing. And to do that with this first trailer is ridiculous. Now, there's been about 2 trailers, I think now. There's been loads of promos and TV spots. I'm not sure if that's come up again. But certainly, when I first saw that, I just laughed. It don't trigger me. It don't anger me. It just makes me think that these people are just insane. Absolutely insane. So what can we say about the box office? We can make a box office prediction. We don't know how many butts in seats this film is actually going to bring to the theatre. So you could look at a situation which gets the same box office as Solo, a Star Wars story, which most of you will think I'm crazy for even saying. Or we could get $1 billion Captain Marvel movie. Nobody knows. But more than likely, you're looking at about 450, 550, maybe 600. The type of money they were predicting about Aquaman, and Aquaman's about to hit $1 billion. Now, it's another video I'm planning to make, which will be called How did tracking get the Aquaman box office so wrong? Well, a lot of that is wishful thinking from the media because we know about their agenda about the DCEU. So we are in a situation now where there is lots of toxicity and negativity, a negative narrative towards Brie Larson and this film because of what she says, because of the agenda that she's got herself. It's become very, very problematic. And we don't know if this negative, toxic agenda will hurt the film. Nobody knows, because since the first Avengers, this franchise, this IP has put butts in seats. And a lot of those films haven't even been that good or rewatchable, but people still go and see them and they still make a lot of money. So will it be the same? Will it be the same with this film? Or will this film's toxicity before the public have even seen it hurt the film? And let's not forget about something else. She's going to play a major role in Avengers Endgame. Could people's negativity towards her hurt that film? Now, you would imagine Avengers Endgame is going to make more than Avengers Infinity War. So you can't see anything hurting that film, but we will see. You know, Avengers Endgame just comes a month after this film, Captain Marvel. So I'm just fascinated by the whole thing. Why Disney and Marvel Studios couldn't just have a female-led movie without nonsense like this. It's like they've got rank amateurs in their marketing department. You only have to go on YouTube to see the amount of negative videos about this woman, reading articles about the latest thing she said. It's very similar to Jodie Whittaker and Doctor Who. We are in an industry now where politics has taken over, and the narrative is more about politics than it is about creativity and, you know, entertainment. And it's a very sad time if you love superhero films, if you love movies, if you love storytelling, seeing the kind of agenda that's in the industry now. And from what we've seen of the past, this kind of narrative doesn't help the movies, doesn't help them make money. The Last Jedi had big propaganda and agenda. You know, it had things about gender in it. It had a lot of woke kind of narrative into it. And it really hurt the film because it really triggered the fans. Now, that film made over $1 billion, as we've said before. For many a franchise, that's fantastic. But not for Star Wars, not for when it made, you know, 2.5. The first film in the revival, if you like, Force Awakens, made $2.5 billion globally. So, you know, these are films that need to make money because they spend a lot of money. They expect to make money. But if you're a company and you're doing things like this, then you have to question yourself, why are you in this industry for? To make money, to entertain people, or to put forward political propaganda? It's something that Hollywood and Disney are going to have to look at themselves and see what's going to happen. How is this film going to do? Because how this film does is going to be very interesting in a lot of ways. Because can Hollywood keep on doing this? I don't think they can. There's going to have to be a line drawn eventually, but I suspect until President Trump is no longer the leader of the free world in America, this kind of stuff will carry on.